Drop shot. This is earlier today. Action from earlier. A big hand as they changed over, and now Connor's trying to close match out, Stan. And this guy Bahrami is fun to watch. A big crowd pleaser.
Well, he's an entertainer, and he's there faking like he's totally exhausted. But he's only 39, and Connors is 43. So he's really the younger man of the two players. And in a situation like this, he's very fit. So he's ready to play as much as Jimmy is.
This is Mansour Bahrami, and this crowd giving him a big hand. This guy is really exciting. He can hold 13 balls in one hand. Second serve now. Bahrami down 5-6. Drop shot. There's the lob. Bahrami underneath. It's a ball that he hits. Now this guy is unbelievable.
Well, it seems like he has a pocket full of balls. He's not holding them in his hands. And he comes up with some shots that you would never even think about hitting, let alone be able to hit.
So Bahrami now, love 15. Connors is really exhausted. Again, this was earlier today, and as we mentioned, a very hot, humid day here at Sea Pines. In the drop shot.
What a get by Bahrami. He stretched out there. He guessed where Jimmy was going with that cross-court backhand and just pushed it back into the deep part of the court.
15 all. Connors would love to
Jimmy get up there. Whew. Bahrami knew that all he needed to do is get his racket on it. And he had the point.
So 15 all. Bahrami trying to get into a tiebreak. 30-15.
Mansour has a good first serve. He can really slap it hard, and he wins a few easy points that way.
Mansour Bahrami grew up in Tehran, Iran, and finally got out of there. He was really trapped for a while. Lived in Paris, Stan, and it's a very interesting story.
Well, when he got to Paris, he couldn't play outside of Paris because he couldn't get visas, and so he played competitively inside of France for a number of years.
Connors missing with the return, and so Bahrami now 1 point away from the tiebreak.
Connor's not wanting to get into the tiebreak at this point. You can just see it. He disgusted. He missed that his best return there, that backhand return.
Listen to Bahrami. Sounds like he's dying over there. He'll go long.
Well, we're used to seeing Jimmy grunting, but Bahrami, when he grunts, he blows between his teeth. He has a sort of a whistle. He must have some space between his front teeth. He's got a funny little whistle.
Monica Sellis is like a kindergartner next to this guy as far as noise goes. Bahrami still at game point. 40-30.
Remember, Bahrami is only 39 years old compared to Jimmy Connors, who's 43. He plays 3 hours a day, every day.
Bahrami makes no mistake with that. Easy two-hander. Again, as you mentioned, Stan, Connors would love to close this match out and avoid the tiebreak.
Well, the other thing, too, is his leg. I mean, if he goes out for a shot where his legs are a bit tired right now and he stretches a bit too far, he could pull that calf muscle, which he pulled last week.
Connors pulling the right calf muscle in a match against Gomez out at the Sherwood Country Club. Had to withdraw. But right back in it now. Second serve. It's deuce.
To the coach.
Yes.
Great pass.
Ooh. Beautiful control from Connors up the line. And so now Connors at match point.
How many times have we seen that backhand pass, Barry? It seems like every match we've seen at least 20 of those passing shots off the backhand.
He has great control off that two-hander, and now we are at...
He went for the big first serve. It's a left.
Shot again. That will go wide. Great effort from Connors, Stan. Just missed the sideline.
Well, you know, this is a real indication of this tour here. The umpire called it out. And in fact, called it they called it good and said game, set, and match. And Bahrami pointed to the mark, which was out. Jimmy moved back to receive serve at deuce.
Wow.
And instead of being having the match over on a bad call, they're back at deuce, still in the match.
Well, that's wide. So once again, Connors at match point. You can bet Connors would love to have taken that last point stand.
Well, everybody in the stands, I think, felt that Jimmy would probably rip a return here and finish him off.
Short ball. Oh, Connors lines it up, just catches the top of the net.
You know, that wasn't that tough a drop shot, but it had so much backspin that it actually went back towards the net a little too much, and Jimmy couldn't get enough height from the ball to get the ball at an angle to get over the net and into the court.
Connors really upset about that last shot. That would have been the match. Deuce number 3.
He's starting to talk to himself. He's thinking about it. Maybe I won't win this match.
Big serve from Bahrami, and so Mansour Bahrami fights off match points and now is 1 point away from a possible tiebreak. It's going to go wide, and so Bahrami holds. We will have a tiebreak. Stay with us. We're at center court here at Sea Pines. Bahrami and Connors 6-all. Back to center court here at Sea Pines. Jimmy Connors up a set, but now serving in the first point of the tiebreak against Mansour Bahrami from Iran. Connors really unhappy. He had that match on his racket stand, let it slip away in that last game.
3 times.
So Bahrami now up 1-0 in the tiebreak. Just long, second serve.
A lot of the guys on the Champions Tour are not quite so used to playing on clay, but certainly Bahrami played a lot of tennis in Europe on clay.
Yes, Connors lines up the two-hander.
Bread and butter for Connors. You know, the guys have been saying that Connors is hitting the ball very deep with that racket, and so it's tough to attack him.
Yes, Connors gets into that forehand. 2-1, Connors.
Fans are trying to get Mansour back in the match.
You want to see more. This guy is a great entertainer, and he has entertained this crowd very well.
Jimmy wearing a handkerchief around his neck. He dips that handkerchief into cold water on some of the changes of ends, and he gets a little more freshness when he comes back on the court.
Connors lines up the overhead here.
Thank you very much.
Mansour says thank you very much.
I'll tell you what, he would have hit Mansour in the head if Mansour hadn't hit that ball. He hit it so much right at him.
Stan, the last guy I remember doing the handkerchief around the neck like that is our old friend Ken Rosewall, who used to do that so often in our day. And I'll tell you what, he was a cool customer, that Rosewall.
Well, it's a smart play. All the veins go from your body through your neck up to your head. Obviously.
Second serve now. Jimmy trying to put this match away in straight sets. Solid volley. Look out.
Whoa.
Bahrami goes with the overhead from the baseline.
Off and overhead.
So Connors now 3 points away from a win here and a berth in the finals.
It was hot out there. It must have been 95 degrees on the court at this point in time. And this is going to 2 hours in this match so far.
Again, this is action from earlier today here at Sea Pines, semifinals. Jimmy Connors, the #1 seed, going against Mansour Bahrami. Yes. And so Connors goes to a 5-1 lead. They will change sides. A match between Borg and Clerc finishing a bit early, and we're able to bring you some bonus coverage here of a match played earlier today. I'll tell you, Stan, I watched this match closely earlier, and I don't think I ever remember seeing Connors quite so exhausted and you know, continuing to play as he did.
Well, you read his mind, because that's exactly what he said to me when I went on the court after the match. He said, "I've never been so tired." It'll be interesting to see how he feels tomorrow. Borg, you know, had a very easy match, and Connors had to struggle a bit more here.
Bahrami serving, down 1-5, and down a set. Borg. Bahrami with some quick hands. And he's a good athlete, this guy.
Well, I saw, you saw Connors kind of move forward when he saw the ball pop up, because he thought that Bahrami was going to hit a drop shot, which he's hit about 20 drop shots in this match.
5-2 Connors. Bahrami very patiently waiting for Jimmy to get up to serve. Bahrami always keeps the ball in that left hand stand for one of his trick shots. That ball would go long. And so now Jimmy Connors at 6-2 and match point. Bahrami looks like he's going to come in behind every serve here. He does. And the volley goes long, and so Mansour Bahrami, a good effort, but Jimmy Connors too strong. Connors exhausted. And so Connors wins this one. Again, this was earlier this afternoon as Bahrami takes his bows, but Jimmy Connors, the winner in straight.